Welcome once again to another Lads Friday. We made it to Friday, guys. Give yourselves a round of applause. We made it through the heckin' week. We survived. And 2026 continues to be weird. I swear this year has just gotten off to like weird and a scary start, and honestly, I just went off the ride, Grandpa. I just would like to, live in precedented times again. That would be nice, wouldn't it? You not have to worry about a bunch of stuff or just not have to worry about the things going on in the world right now that just make it kind of but, that's enough belly aching out of me. Okay, hello everybody. Hello. Welcome to our first lad stream back in a little bit. We had some stuff going on IRL, but now that stuff's all said and done, we're ready to keep on the push. Keep on grinding, and we're getting pretty close to being done. We're getting ready to finish out the first chunk of the recent MSQ. The most recent MSQ, by the way. So that means we'll be done with it after this. Like, after we finish these 4 here. Oh, jeez. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now I got that fixed. But yeah, well, we're close to being done with this and having our Fridays back for community nights and all that fun stuff. And I think for our first community night back, I do want to watch like a different movie than a Godzilla. I know, shocker. Um, not a Godzilla movie, but I kind of want to watch a Ghost Rider movie with the gang. Because I've been watching clips from like the first 2 Ghost Rider movies, and honestly, like, as much as a letdown Spirit of Vengeance's story was, like, the gosh dang visuals and action was still so dang good in that movie. And also, like, if you're a big fan of Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage, then you'll definitely enjoy that one. So I'm thinking we're probably gonna end up watching that on a community night. Also, the back and forth weather is making me get drainage again, and I don't like it. I don't like it. But, what can you do, right? This is what I get for living in the part of the world where the wind hurts my face. But any hoodle beesies, I think that's about everything I had going on today. Work was work. I actually finished writing a program that I had been working on this week, and I got it run, and the part came out good, so I'm pretty proud of that, and I'm starting to write another one. So I'm getting more practice in on that, on programming stuff. And I'm enjoying it, It's a good little exercise in problem solving. All right. I think that's mostly it. Oh, yeah. The other thing that we had tonight, if you guys had seen in the Discord, I I have an art done, and it's a little different than what I would usually get. And I'm contemplating, because I promised I would post it tonight, showing it on stream. Because it's a little tasteful spicy. It might be a little bit, Puma. So I'm considering showing it on stream, but I will be posting it. So, just I'm thinking about like when would be the opportune moment to drop it and surprise people, Because, if this does well and people like it a lot, we might get a few more. Because really, getting this art piece was my way of saying thanks to the to the lads girlies for the push and getting me into the game, and also for like that whole thing we did last year with pushing me to 300. So, but also, just you got to cater to your female audience just a little bit if you're gonna be a male VTuber, just a little bit, just a little heckin' bit. So that'll get posted tonight. When? I'm not gonna tell you. But we do got a video game to play first. Bop. Bop. Now let me get myself situated. Make sure you guys can hear that. Alright. So where were we last time? Where were we last time? We were at one-sided heist, and I kind of forget what was going on. Do you guys remember what was going on? I might need to fix that on the vertical layer thing. Hello. No. There we go. Okay, now that's up and working on the YouTube side of things. I was so scared for a second. Okay, back into story. Gotta make sure the voice is in working order. At midnight, a building located in a commercial area still has its upper floor lights on. How dare you, they're not gonna save on power. It's a normal occurrence. Oh, okay then. The well-dressed man finishes reading the documents in his hands. After confirming their accuracy, he feeds them into the paper shredder. In an age of paperless offices, he's one of the few who still prefers to work with physical documents. For certain intel exchanges, this tendency has become his signature style and calling card. The rough texture beneath his fingers gives him a greater sense of accomplishment. Text that's stored electronically makes him feel hollow.
Cheap, inefficient intel is unworthy of the paper it could be printed on.
Well, okay, fine, you know, have your voice dub be like all the way on the other side of the room. Goddamn.
Maybe the nest should change its business strategy. Nightingales seem to be more suited for gathering intel compared to ants.
I mean, this audio's kind of made for ants too, let's be real. As he waits for the shredder to go through the thick stack of documents, he brainstorms ideas of how to improve his business. A handmade business card turns in his hand, and light flows across the name, Randall. It's rather ordinary.
There aren't many moles left in the N109 zone. Wasting them on Ever's scraps isn't worth it. I should save them for something worthwhile.
Guys, we're in the true endgame. Randall's here.
That vengeful merman doesn't need new lists for now either. What a shame. The oak elder behind Biosun Pharmaceuticals isn't easy to fool. This business, I need to carefully consider its next move.
A flash of light appears outside the floor-to-ceiling windows and quickly fades. Randall pauses for a moment. Then he looks at the clock. The hour hand hasn't reached 12 yet. Even in fairy tales, he should be safe at this time.
If the magic hasn't failed, then trouble is knocking on the door.
Two figures appear on the observation deck outside. One of them pushes open the glass door and walks in without any hesitation. He speaks as if he's here to collect rent. Ah, heck, it's the landlord. Oh. Worse, it's Xavier.
You have anything ever modifying my suppressor?
Ooh, intel.
Xavier, you know how to contact me. Is it really necessary to show up at my door in the middle of the night? Also, if you're going to show up at this hour, you should have used your evil to wrap yourself in light before letting the particles slowly disperse. It would have been more fairy tale-like.
You know, at least Randall's got some whimsy.
I don't read fairy tales.
What a waste of evil. Oh, miss. You're here together.
Have we met?
I've seen you at the nest. Or rather, I saw you, but you didn't see me.
I catch the business card he tosses my way and study it for a bit. I soon spot a small line of text under several cute mushroom illustrations. Oh, he likes mushrooms. Excuse me. The nest. Randall. So you were the one who designated me as prey for hunting day?
You're giving me too much credit. My relationship with the nest is about as intimate as a pair of exes.
Oh. Oh. That's a way to put it. Nothing is unusual about his expression. I'm about to drop the subject when I hear Xavier speak.
The nest doesn't have an owner, but whoever serves as its face gets shifted around. It's his turn for now.
That's confidential information. You say it like it's not a surprise. Oh.
I think we just had an explosion outside. A light blade is pressed against Randall's chest. Xavier is already behind his office chair. Oh. I unhurriedly reload my hunter firearm, disengage the safety, and point the barrel at Randall. Since you're a data broker, you should recognize the bullets I loaded. They come with citations.
This is unnecessary. I'm not being uncooperative.
That's enough nonsense for today. The files.
Jeez, even in the Otome game, I can't escape the files. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Under my gun barrel and Xavier's blade, Randall wears a wry smile, yet he shows little to no fear. He inputs a series of passwords on the table and scans both of his palm prints. A hidden compartment slides out. Xavier uses his sword to pick up one of the papers. He glances at it before quickly setting it down.
That's it?
This is all I can get. The Gaia Biotechnology Research Center isn't a haphazard operation. It's not the same institute as before.
Xavier nods at me from across the table. I understand what he's implying. Then I put my gun in its holster and retreat to the floor-to-ceiling window. The bright office lights grow dim at the same time when we're plunged into darkness. Xavier returns to my side. Before we teleport away, I faintly hear him bid Randall farewell.
Your services aren't special in the slightest.
That's harsh, don't you think?
Ooh, he's gonna remember that for the rest of his life. Meow. I can send a message that confirms Isaiah's intel is accurate to Jeremiah. Maybe that'll help him trust Isaiah a little more. Oh, that's right. We were dealing with Isaiah and all that. Okay. Why don't you take the papers with you?
Leaving them with Randall means he'll sell them as intel again. The buyers won't know I'm aware of what's in them. If they want to utilize that intel against me, then we can use it against them.
You're quite the strategist, huh? I'm impressed. What was on it? Is there a way to remove the suppressor? Xavier touches his neck and slowly shakes his head.
There wasn't much. It only had two things. Modifying the suppressor wasn't Ever's main purpose when they captured me. Gaia Biotech wanted my evil genes, but the suppressor made extraction impossible.
Huh. Interesting.
So they made a last-minute request to Soren. They asked him to modify the suppressor. The second part said that Soren's modification was successful. He strengthened the suppressor's restrictive effect.
Oh, so you're like even further locked down. That bastard. Where exactly did your suppressor come from, and why was Soren able to modify it? The question has been weighing on my mind for so long. Now is an appropriate moment to ask it. I thought there was another extraordinary, complex, and troubling story behind the suppressor, but I never expected...
My family made it for me.
Oh, family heirloom. Your family?
Yes. It was originally made to protect me. On Sylus, an evolver's evol energy and life force are one and the same. Using your evol means you're consuming your own life for power. On Earth, we're displaced in time and space. The energy we consume can't be regenerated. The suppressor protects me through restraint.
Okay. The sound of my heartbeat is amplified in my ears. I almost doubt what I'm hearing is real. Despite all of this, Xavier can still sound so calm. Of course he could. He knew this was his fate for a long time. What else can he do aside from getting used to it and remaining detached?
Are you that surprised?
What you're basically saying is, we shouldn't remove the suppressor. No wonder why Isaiah said it'd be suicide if we do that. I tighten my grip on Xavier's hand and deliberately repeat those words. We can't remove it.
Did you forget what I just said?
Xavier casually squeezes my hand, his tone becoming more relaxed, as if its tone wasn't relaxed already.
Method to remove the suppressor. So launching a surprise attack against Soren now would be difficult. When we wake up tomorrow, we'll need to think of new approaches.
Are you really giving up on removing the suppressor?
I don't have a choice. Researching these technological mechanisms isn't something I'm good at. I can't do it.
Seeing him shake his head with genuine sincerity, I actually feel relieved.
An emergency call from Jeremiah.
Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Protocore weapons just burst into the flower shop.
Uh-oh.
We used the car to escape. Isaiah said, "They're Ever's cleaners, and we're not their only targets. Where are you?"
Uh-oh, the cleaners are here. They're going to rub us with pine sol. I share my real-time location with Jeremiah. New type protocore weapons? White gloves? I think I've seen intel about this on the dark web. They're the ones who handled the dirty work forever. Break through fast and watch out for suicide attacks. Ooh.
Isaiah can't fight 20 people on his own. He won't last long.
Even now, Isaiah's getting owned.
Some backtrackers are here too. Jeremiah's swordsmanship has always been one of the worst in our team.
Oh!
Now.
Hi, Danny.
Got it. Focus on getting out of there.
The call ends, and the chaos on the other end temporarily fades. I know all too well that we don't have time to sit around and come up with anything new. How you doing today, Danny? I didn't realize how many points I have. Yeah, they do kind of pile up if you're just hanging around and chilling. Oh no, it is here. I am distracted. What? E is spinning. Oh no. Woo! On an ordinary workday morning, people pass by the street corner, but they don't smell the familiar scent of flowers.
It's not open.
Forgot what
today.
some of the buttons did. It's okay.
Up a few flowers for the office.
Yeah, like not a lot of. There are some buttons that don't get a lot of use, but you know, I'm happy to see people like going around and poking around too and seeing what you can get out of them. So yeah, go right ahead.
You didn't know? The owner closes.
As
the
long as,
flower
you know,
shop
mix it up, doesn't
temporarily
heck it
from
up.
Time to time. He's really carefree about it.
Retention button. Thank you.
Young people like him who open flower shops in the bustling parts of big cities usually have that wanderlust spirit. They leave whenever they feel like it.
The customer who wanted to buy flowers doesn't give up and approaches the glass door to look inside the shop. On the counter sits a bouquet of fresh flowers. The wrapping paper is only partially around it, which shows how hastily the owner left.
To be able to leave just like that? Ugh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, we're kind of on the run.
We've been driving for so long that anyone who's been trying to keep up should have lost us by now.
Should have, not guaranteed.
We shook them off 15 minutes ago.
The endless stream of rush hour traffic stretches ahead as a small delivery truck weaves through. Oh, excuse me. I had a little burp. Swaying restlessly, it takes advantage of its slender build. Some drivers pull out their phones to capture the truck's flashy maneuvers. Unfortunately, they lose sight of their target in the blink of an eye.
But our choice is obvious. They'll catch up sooner or later.
A cold snort comes from the passenger seat.
Why don't you just ram into everyone and send them flying? Even if it doesn't kill them, it'd make them suffer at least.
I see Isaiah is not the one who has much knowledge on how, freaking cars work. Jesus.
Those masked people's weapons looked dangerous. Who knows what new thing ever came up with this time?
Good old Jeremiah.
Lose your heart before the battle even begins. I knew cowardice ran in your peasant blood.
Yeah, I'm not like you. Being iron-fisted royalty means your head is made of iron too, right? Why don't you go up front and help me check the headlights?
Before this battle can escalate further, I shrink back and retreat to Xavier's side.
If circumstances hadn't forced our hand, there wouldn't be a place for you in my squadron.
You'd be perfect as No Hunt Zone number 99's headmaster. You'll deal with those mutated wanderers with impure bloodlines and their biological dilemmas.
Oh yeah, they're really going at it. Listening to the ongoing mockery from the front seats, I rub my ears and lower my voice. Are they really going to be okay like this? They worked well when they were running.
This is how they relax. If they have time to argue, it means the situation isn't dire. You can use this as a chance to relax too.
Okay, I'll go start an argument. When there's no threat nearby, they become each other's biggest threat.
Yeah. Our team's dynamic has always been like this. Mature and spirited.
Oh yeah, real mature. The back of the small truck has been modified to hold more medium and large sized plants. Xavier and I pluck a banana leaf to sit on. We're nestled among the plant like two Zen stowaways. Your suppressor just flashed. Well, you know what? We haven't touched man neck in a minute. Xavier tilts his chin, which makes it easier for me to touch the suppressor on his neck.
It's normal for it to flash. You've seen it happen before.
Doesn't that mean you're consuming your energy beyond the safety threshold, though?
Not necessarily. It might just be malfunctioning. After all, the more advanced the tech, the more prone it is to wear and tear. It's been working tirelessly for many, many years.
Stop trying to trick me with a straight face.
I'm telling the truth.
What?
It's been in service longer than an average spaceship.
Hang on.
Time travel.
We got a raid. Welcome in, Raiders. I hope you're doing well. Welcome. If you guys have not been here before, my name is Jake Dayseeker. I'm an edgelord bnuuy Vtuber who is also a musician and a vocalist. Welcome in. We are just playing some Love in Deep Space, which is an Otome game, so it's not our usual run, but we have been at it for a couple months, so I guess it is kind of our usual. Appreciate you guys raiding in tonight. Brunch Buddy, how was your stream? What were you guys up to? Tell me. What were you up to? What were you doing? What were you playing? You crashed out on Overwatch? That's valid. That's valid. Well, Brunch, I appreciate you bringing your community over here to hang out with us. Yeah. This is like pretty much a visual novel game, so it's like really super chill hours. So if you guys are down for vibing with us on that, you're more than welcome to. If you have to raid and run for any reason, go stretch, get a snack, that kind of stuff, please feel free to do so. You don't have to stick around. Do you have to raid and run? Oh, well, thank you, Brunch. Once again, thanks for bringing your community down over here and having us join. And I'll keep an eye on them. I'll keep an eye on your guys over here. Guys, did we prepare snacks or not? I can't remember. I don't know if we got snacks. Might have to forage a little bit for the chicken nuggies. All right, but yeah, appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out tonight. And again, big ups to Brunch for rating in. All right, I think we can continue. Yeah. All right, let's see what Xavier's talking about.
And it's been modified over the years. Malfunctions are normal.
Sure.
As long as I don't malfunction, it's fine.
So, chat, that's what we call in the game foreshadowing. Which means at some point, Xavier will in fact malfunction. A few specks of light float up from his palm. Their glow is the same as it usually is when I push them with my finger. They spin in circles.
From its birth to its death, a star witnesses the passing of billions of years. Its energy is enough to outlast several generations on Earth.
Hello, G-Base. How you doing?
Even if there's a day when I run out of energy, it won't happen for a very long time.
So he's basically got the long-lasting batteries. Mr. Duracell over here. You're really optimistic. I've acknowledged the suppressor's existence, but seeing Xavier stopping in to say hi, I appreciate it, G-Pace. Always good to see ya. But seeing Xavier affected by it makes me feel even worse. Excuse me. That red light is like a countdown before an ending arrives. Its presence alone fills me with unease. They headed straight for Philo because there's a group of backtrackers who sided with Soren. And they're after you? Other backtrackers weren't hostile towards Xavier. They didn't target him the way Soren did either, but now...
The backtrackers were never a harmonious group to begin with. Who knows how many people are putting their pent-up resentment on his shoulders?
Probably a
If we view
list.
their actions as ones that are driven by emotion, then we'll be severely underestimating the backtrackers. Those willing to cooperate with Ever, and the ones who left at a later time, aren't fools.
In this cramped space, Xavier adjusts his posture. He stretches out his left leg, his body swaying gently with the car.
It's because they're intelligent that every decision they make is the optimal choice.
And even if those decisions would tear the team apart and turn former comrades into bitter enemies?
Tear the team apart. Turn former comrades into bitter enemies? The original backtrackers were formed under similar circumstances. Everyone who joined knew the title of backtracker didn't carry any honor on Philos.
Ooh.
It meant rebellion, resistance, and desperate madness. Our journey didn't set off with any blessings. No one would wait for our return on the other side of deep space.
Xavier.
Between choosing to be abandoned by everyone and being forced down a path of betrayal, the former takes a lot more courage.
I frown. I understand Xavier's interpretation of the backtrackers, yet deep down, I don't want to accept it.
After working together for so many years, they understood me, and I understood them. I understood the confusion, the disappointment that kept building up after each failed attempt. I also knew that even though the path ahead was shrouded in thick fog, Not one person actually gave up.
Seeing Isaiah and Jeremiah's tacit acceptance, I can tell their understanding of their former teammates' alliance with Xavier's. But this analysis only makes my expectations about the situation feel heavier. So they chose Soren because the goal he wants to achieve gave them hope. As for what Soren's doing, it always seems like we're a step or even a half step behind.
But the backtrackers on their side could have anticipated our actions. That's what it means to know your enemy.
You don't have to think of them as being that frightening. Even though they're enemies now, I don't think they'd use underhanded tactics against us.
You say that now.
If conflict is unavoidable, it'll be a few straightforward battles. That's all.
At the beginning, I said those people are insane one way or another. I pity how their lives turned out sometimes.
Isaiah, you're one to talk.
If you still have any delusions about them, I'll spend the rest of my life riding your tail as the King of Sorrow. Your infamy shall be spread from our solar system to Sagittarius. Every star in the galaxy will know your name.
You know what would make lads better? If you gave them each a henshin belt. You know what? You are so right for that. The closest thing I think we got was the Space Empress set of cards. I think that was like the closest thing we got to that. And Sylus, actually, he's like the closest thing we have to a common writer in that. Also, welcome in, Yellow Flash. Good to see you, bud. Alright, hang on. I gotta click things correctly. You write books?
All promising members of the royal family do.
That explains why you were writing poetry on the Backtracker ship. Xavier slips a cookie into my mouth as if by magic. He interrupts what I'm about to say before turning and speaking with authority.
Since you love writing so much, don't speak anymore. In fact, you can start right now. Write down whatever you want to say.
You don't even look at the things I write.
I'll look when I have time.
Why are you laughing?
I can laugh whenever I want. What, are you gonna give me a story about the King of Laughter?
I don't want to talk to someone as shameless as you.
Isaiah had his fill of being made fun of. He crosses his arms and ignores everyone. Oh, the big baby is pouting. My gaze moves from the back of Isaiah's head to the back of Jeremiah's head. Then it settles on Xavier's profile.
Why are you laughing?
You're right. Listening to them bicker is relaxing. Xavier shakes his head with a hint of resignation and leans against the heavy flower pot. He's quiet for a moment, then he softly chuckles. By the way, where did that cookie come from?
I picked it from a tree. Jeremiah prepared a tree as a gift for an important client. We're stealing some cookies, so don't let him catch us.
Seeing him pull down the small gift box along with a couple of leaves, I swallow my cookie and move closer to the tree. Alright, so I'm just gonna go over here, steal some oatmeal raisin, you know, maybe some sugar cookies over here. Wait, is that peanut butter? Yeah, I gotta grab a couple of those, yeah. We're gonna need a bag at this point. Okay, yeah, okay, we're good. Xavier, you're wrong about one thing. If I were in your homeland, I would wait for your return. Ain't that sweet, guys? A tree that grows cookies? Apparently. Apparently that's a backtracker specialty. There's a whole discussion on it, too. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum-da-dum. Lost homeland. Following Jeremiah's plan, we speed along the suburban highway for a while before heading towards the aerial tunnel. Once we enter the ultra-high-speed tunnel, we can lose our pursuers and buy ourselves enough time to regroup and maybe eat more cookies off the cookie tree. But from a distance, we can see the checkpoint before the tunnel. It's flashing red, like an ominous warning. The thin mist is stained with cold crimson.
Looks like it's closed.
What a coincidence. Don't tell me.
Their influence doesn't reach that far.
Okay.
Let's split up and scout the area. We'll meet up at the southwest corner of the rest stop in 10 minutes.
Only 10?
5 minutes.
After dropping us off at the intersection leading to the rest stop, Jeremiah makes a gesture behind the truck window and slowly drives away. His gesture was cool, but the little truck covered in battle scars. The sign that says Philo's fresh flower delivery has been worn down to just a P. It's the P truck. How can its interior be intact when it's covered in holes?
Aside from the shell, nothing on this truck is original. Jeremiah modified it into something like a military fortress. In the worst-case scenario, the driver's cabin can supposedly transform into an ejection pod and sacrifice the rear cargo for a quick escape.
In other words, it could sacrifice the flower pots, plants, and us.
After this is over, I'll ask Jeremiah to expand the ejection pod a little.
I nod. Yeah. Hundreds of vehicles are parked at the rest stop. Most of them are armored trucks or heavy-duty trucks transporting valuable cargo. A circular holographic screen in the center is divided into several displays. The leftmost section shows the number of vehicles currently at the rest stop. As I pass by one of the armored trucks, I can't help but feel a little envious. I remember reading data that showed if a vehicle's structural integrity is sufficient, it can almost travel at the speed of sound through the aerial tunnel. Is Jeremiah's modified delivery truck capable of that?
Yeah.
Then we can experience ultra-high speeds?
The express lane is very expensive.
The aerial tunnel uses protocore enhanced material as its primary structural components. There's almost no resistance in the low vacuum environment. As a result, daily maintenance costs are astronomical. If ordinary goods were transported through the aerial tunnel, the toll fees alone could exceed the value of the cargo. By the time we exit the tunnel, all the plants in the back could qualify as luxury items.
Tunnel instability is normal. It's been in operation for 2 or 3 years. When will it reopen? Who knows? If you can't wait, just use the regular highway.
Oh no, it's not the highway to the danger zone.
They said it involves stuff like abnormal magnetic fields and unusual energy fluctuations. They won't reopen the tunnel until the situation stabilizes. Long-distance transport is so exhausting. You might as well rest like me and find a massage pod to lie down in.
After questioning some truck drivers, Xavier and I head to the southwest corner of the rest stop to meet up with Jeremiah and Isaiah. The explanation given by the staff is consistent with the information we obtained. There's no telling when the tunnel will reopen. Did they give a reason for why it's closed?
Abnormal magnetic fields, energy fluctuations, and other factors are causing instability inside the tunnel.
Basically, it's Borkin. That's just a catch-all excuse.
So what's the plan? Will we keep waiting or take a different route?
There's only one way to enter the aerial tunnel. If we turn back now, there's a chance we'll run into our pursuers. But if we wait here too long, it's only a matter of time before they catch up to us. Let's turn back, let's wait. Oh, we got a choice now. We have to make a decision, chat. Think we gotta pick eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You know what? We'll be proactive. I'm leaning towards turning back to find an alternate route. What do you guys think?
I vote for staying.
Xavier and I exchange a glance. Then we look at the other two.
What do you choose?
I
vote to turn back.
Then I'll choose to stay. Since there's 2 on each side, no one gets left out.
Very thoughtful of you, Jeremiah, but it still leaves us at an impasse. Lord.
Oh, I know. Why don't we choose to stay, but Isaiah can feel free to go?
You're insane.
It seems as if there's nothing in heaven and earth could be more important than their verbal sparring matches. Exasperated, I turn my back to the two of them and ask Xavier about his reason for staying.
Based on my current understanding of the situation, there's a high chance we'll run into them if we go back.
Already? Didn't we lose him for a while when we were on the highway?
It's not enough. Our choice to leave the highway is a signal. They know we don't want to face them head-on right now, and that we're creating distance to buy time.
And among the fastest way to leave Lincoln City, the aerial tunnel is the best choice. Xavier convinces me and Isaiah. Everyone unanimously decides to stay. Jeremiah gives me a thumbs up.
It's settled then. I haven't eaten or drank anything since yesterday, so this is the perfect chance to refuel. You guys should too. Don't go into battle on an empty stomach.
It's okay. You eat first. We're not that hungry anyway.
Yeah. We'll gather intel in the meantime.
And by intel, I mean our own snacks that we won't share. Thinking of that plant with nearly half of its gifts already devoured, Xavier and I adopt our most work-ready attitudes. Oh yeah, we ate half the cookies on the tree. The circular screen is divided into 6 segments. It displays live news, traffic updates, and recently released movies and TV shows. Some drivers have their vehicle doors open as they recline in their seats to watch the screens. Others are near the rest stop's food service windows to eat and drink. The aerial tunnel sits at a high altitude, and the rest stop is perpetually shrouded in thin mist. It gives it a surprisingly homey and lived-in atmosphere.
You look just like that delivery driver who was worried about being late. It's a perfect disguise.
Who? Me? No.
Aren't you thinking about something along the lines of, I would have taken a different route if I had known?
Magnetic field anomalies can affect the tunnel. I've been dealing with issues related to them, but I completely overlooked that connection. Xavier nods and begins to count.
In that case, we should hold Jeremiah responsible. He was driving the truck.
Not Jeremiah!
Isaiah bears a lot of responsibility too. If he hadn't attracted those pursuers, we could have had time to plan alternative routes. Since I planned to act alone and didn't properly supervise them, I bear most of the responsibility.
With his calculations, the responsibility for one mistake doesn't seem like enough to go around for 4 people. I feel somewhat helpless. Yes, everyone's at fault. You don't need to... Yeah, everyone's at fault. Yes, everyone's at fault. My punishment is listening to Isaiah's stories, and yours is working for Jeremiah.
Have Isaiah work for Jeremiah instead. My punishment is giving you my 310 HM. That way you'll have 3 generations of HM motorcycles.
Deal.
Jeremiah, his punishment is listening to Isaiah's stories. You wouldn't understand them anyway.
Then what do I do?
You'll be responsible for giving me rides to and from work when I don't have a motorcycle?
Is this how you led your team? I'm starting to figure out the actual reason for why the backtrackers split up. Xavier nonchalantly turns away to admire the distant, foggy scenery. I know Xavier's right. In a battle where allies fight side by side, wanting to take on all the responsibility is disrespectful to your fellow teammates. You could try not throwing your other teammates under the bus next time you want to comfort someone. I'm worried that Jeremiah will be so sick of us that he'll turn us into fertilizer one day.
You don't like what I said?
I do. Seeing me sigh yet also feel relieved, Xavier reveals an understanding smile and leans to the side. He idly looks around.
I noticed you kept frowning and then looking up. What caught your attention?
You know, that's just life in general at this point. The weather forecast. It said anomalies elsewhere were under control, but in Lincoln, they are only getting worse.
The weather anomalies and the unusual magnetic fields should be connected to what Soren is doing.
Why Lincoln City, though? Is it because Ever has more resources here? I thought this kind of thing would be carried out in places with fewer people. It wouldn't be exposed so quick.
If his goal is to find a way to save Philos through a magnetic field overlap, then it can only happen in Lincoln. The deep space tunnel affects Lincoln City the most. Various operations involving magnetic fluctuations will be easier to implement. And this is where Traceback 2 descended. For him and some backtrackers. It's also where they fell.
Oh.
To make a comeback. Then Lincoln City will be their new starting point.
Gotcha. Okay. There's significance to it. I see. Talking about lost homelands doesn't seem appropriate here. Too bad I don't have the chance to ask other backtrackers how they've been doing on Earth. Do they like Earth? Have they gotten used to life here? Do they consider Earth a second home? I guess most of them would say no. Otherwise, there would be these reoccurring conflicts. Jeremiah and Isaiah return with the food they've scrounged up. Surprisingly, they start watching the TV drama that is playing continuously in the corner of the screen.
They're still showing this? Don't tell me they've already made it to 10 seasons.
They're heading for 15.
A workplace idol drama about protocore refining? Why did they make it look like magic? Brainless people watch brainless shows.
Hey man, why are you making fun of people's novellas? On the screen, the protagonist is researching methods for turning Earth's natural energy sources, such as ore and coal, into... why did I say coil? Oil and coal into protocores. That's too ridiculous. Do you think the protoists made this made this to mess with the purists?
Maybe.
If Earth's energy sources and protocore energy sources, whose material structures are completely different, could be converted into each other, then both sides wouldn't need to argue anymore.
I'm not so sure about that.
We are quickly shocked by the show's over-the-top melodrama. We can't give you any more attention to our scientific discussion.
I want to file a complaint. This is mental pollution.
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes watching TV shows. Forget it, there's still plenty of people who love watching this. If you don't like it, just look away.
Quiet.
Xavier suddenly stands up. With a grumpy expression, he looks towards the rest stop entrance. Oh, he grumpy. He was a grumpy boy. String and warp. We're getting close to ending this chapter, guys. We're getting very close.
Something's off.
The tunnel has been closed for some time now, and the information has spread to the drivers who are stuck here. After we arrived, fewer cars showed up, but at this moment, an armored truck is pulling into the rest stop station. Uh-oh. Energy fluctuations! The newly arrived vehicle is loaded with a batch of active protocore energy weapons. There's quite a few of them. They might not necessarily be from ever. But Xavier doesn't hesitate.
Retreat. Get in the truck.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Ay, 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 ay. Using the fog and other large vehicles as cover, we head to the corner. A subtle energy shift appears in the air. Xavier and Isaiah turn their attention towards the center.
Avoid the patrol robots.
More robots. It's just like the time when Xavier helped me escape the nest. We ran into them at Azure Square. Ever is using them to pursue us?
They're all Ever's products. The fact that they immediately hacked the robot's control systems means it's them. At this rate, they'll determine our location within 10 minutes.
No!
Get ready for a fight.
Not the fight!
Yeah.
Not the fight! The fog grows thicker, and my grip on my gun becomes slick with sweat. It's possible we don't need to fight, but the tension still makes my heart beat faster. An unexpected topic breaks the atmosphere of our silent retreat.
Before this difficult battle begins, I need to make a confession.
Jeremiah, not now.
Over the years, I've been secretly taking parts from our backtracking spaceship to modify my truck.
Uh-oh.
Since you're insane, consider going to therapy. Dying is also an option.
Don't fight. While I'm confused about why Jeremiah is bringing this up, Isaiah's angry expression freezes. Then it falls apart.
Please don't tell me you still haven't given up on that suicidal idea of modifying a miniature warp drive.
Guys, I don't think he gave up. Oh, he definitely didn't give up. A miniature warp drive? Can that be built on a truck? Shocked, I look at Xavier. Even his serious expression shows traces of cracking. Jeremiah becomes the calmest person in the room, his face revealing hints of amusement.
Anyway, we only have two options right now. Either we charge out and fight, or we try out my truck's immature string and warp drive that I poured my heart and soul into modifying.
What's the success rate?
If success is defined as no one dying, then it's 100%.
Well, you know, that's comforting.
Worst case scenario is that we won't know where we'll end up.
Has your recklessness grown with age?
Has your courage declined with age?
Oh. Sorry, guys. Isaiah's brow furrows before relaxing. He scoffs and directs the question to me.
It's your call.
Yeah, you decide.
Firstly, I need to know what string and warp is. Secondly, did you forget that Xavier is your leader?
It's basically a point-to-point space travel technology. But you've already made your choice, right?
Both are a little extreme. We'll just fight our way out. We'll just teleport. Yeah, you know what? Let's have some fun. The enemies before us are too familiar with their skills and that their strength is formidable. Not to mention they're carrying weapons with a highly destructive power. But what worries me most is, could they be carrying equipment that's designated... We'll try that again. But worries me most is, could they be carrying equipment that's designed to target suppressors? It's basically teleporting, right? I might not have done it myself, but I've seen it in action. Space warp should be pretty straightforward. Speaking of which, I've seen sci-fi movies where pigs were the protagonists. If pigs can do a space warp, we can too! Yeah! After organizing my thoughts, I turn to the three men's patient gazes and grit my teeth. Jeremiah, do you have a way for us to slip away without alerting anyone?
I got you.
Can we add an extra safely measure? We need to guarantee we'll stay within a certain range and not end up on the other side of the planet.
There are people here who have extensive experience with unplanned warp points.
Realizing he's talking about their experience using Traceback 2 across space and time, I can't help but feel somewhat nostalgic. Though now's not the time for that. You really have been through a few epic adventures. Xavier, who got him first, turns around in a crouching position and pushes aside the branches blocking the rear door as he reaches out to me.
Regardless of the adventure, You've always been there.
Before I can think about what he means, he pulls me into the vehicle. The door closes behind me. It seemingly shuts out all outside threats. Sandwiched in a corner, hidden by 2 heavy trucks, the windows of the small vehicle flash. After confirming that the inside of the truck can't be seen from the outside, the steering wheel rises and Jeremiah skillfully manipulates the control panel hidden underneath.
Now it's a small truck equipped with a cloaking device and stealth tech.
Nice.
We can use the shadows for cover and slip into the tunnel's auxiliary road next to the checkpoint. Once we're there, we'll activate the string-end warp drive. The tunnel will conceal the commotion, so hopefully they won't notice us.
Hopefully. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. Everything progresses just like Jeremiah says. Because Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Neither the patrol robots nor the checkpoint detect us. The truck enters the tunnel's auxiliary road. At that final moment, Xavier extends his hand towards me as if to seek my consent.
We'll blow up those patrol robots to show them we're hiding at this rest stop.
That way, they'll waste more time here. Alright, guys, we're doing hammed holding. Holding hammed. I grasp his hand and we silently resonate just before the vehicle enters the tunnel. Boom, congrats. Pregante. Inside the rest stop, several figures are searching for something. Patrol robots hover in mid-air, their compound eyes sweeping across the tunnel entrance. Traces of cold red light flashes. Suddenly, all the robots lose power. Their eyes flickering and going dark, they crash to the ground one after another. Yeah. Alright, I think we got an ad break coming up here pretty soon, and I think right now it's just going to be like the fights. Yeah, it's fight time. So we'll keep this rolling. And if we hit ads while we're in the middle of this, then yeah, we'll just keep rolling until you guys get back. Once again, the emulator is being slower than molasses. But hey guys, look, Dwagon. Mm-hmm. What is he doing? What? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was reading something that for an event I got coming up, and I was like, wait, is that this weekend or later? And it turns out it's later, so I don't have to sweat as much. Whew.
Entertaining as it is, it's still not enough.
Doomsday?
Descends.
Alright, game, you really being laggy.
It's your turn.
Okay, if you say so. Now
There's the ad break warning.
I want to see.
Guys, if you haven't been here before, we usually take about 3 minutes per hour for our ads. That way we don't gotta run pre-rolls. And, you know, have as much game time or chat time as much as we want. So when that ad break kicks in, we will go on the BRB screen and, you know, just take that chance to get up, get a snack, get a drink of water, all that fun stuff. And we will be back shortly. I'm probably just going to finish these next 2 fights while we're in BRB. That way we can get straight back to the story. So Just fair warning to you guys. And I'll probably get myself like a drink of water too. My throat getting a little itchy. Deep rain. Oh, now you're speeding up. Okay. Sure. Now you want to work. It will be loaded soon. Up, there we go. All right, we'll be right back, guys.
As it is,
Oh, there you are. All right, we're back. We back again. And my phone is going crazy with notifications. Holy crap. lot of people going north. Alright. I think we're ready for the next section of story. Remember, guys, easy peasy, easy peasy. Cleared those fights easy. Let's see, so this puts us... Where does this put us? These puts us right about... Okay, so we're here, which means just 2 more sections to go, and we will be done with the MSQ. Holy cow. Holy cow, we're almost done. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. I do appreciate everybody's like being ultra cool and chill and patient just hanging out with me as I go through this. Y'all are the best. You know that? Alright. Unbeknownst to anyone, a small flower delivery truck sits at the end of the aerial tunnel's frontage road. The vehicle blends into its surroundings. Jeremiah's movements have reached a level that's beyond my comprehension. I heard of space warp technology, but I always thought it was nothing more than a theory. Something from the distant future. I feel a little nervous. But that anxiety quickly recedes like a tide when I hear a poorly stifled yawn. Oh, he's an EP boy just like me. Xavier, I can't believe you're sleepy right now. Don't you feel on edge?
You're the one who's too nervous.
We're about to do a space warp.
It's more like jumping. It sounds impressive, but...
It's actually really impressive.
Uh-oh. Jeremiah's that actually guy. Jeremiah takes a break from his work to chime in. Xavier turns his head back.
Don't listen to him. He's just bragging. This isn't a real space warp. There are too many conditions it can't meet. You can imagine it as an elevator that's slightly faster than usual.
An elevator that's slightly faster than usual. Oh, isn't that a catapult? I mean, it could be. Could just launch us like, whew.
We just don't know which floor it'll stop at.
Even better. I'm somewhat stunned. Is it really just an elevator?
Range safety measures are in place, and the emergency brakes are functional. Everything's ready. What about you guys?
The windows, rearview mirror decorations, sturdy leaves, and delicate flower petals begin to vibrate at the same rate. Jeremiah's hand pauses in midair, his gaze sweeping over each of us. Although he appears slightly tense, he's not too anxious. In the silence, he presses his lips together and activates the vehicle's warp drive. To boldly go where no man has gone before. A loud hum bursts forth from within me, and it almost instantly blurs my consciousness. Blah, blah, blah. All my senses are in turmoil. My body and soul are thrown into chaos. At the moment, a hand gently, quickly grasps mine. My trembling heart settles and allows my consciousness to flow freely. Wow, wow. Invisible forces draw upon pure energy born from nothingness. They twist time and space. They accumulate and condense. Invisible forces... Oh, right. A giant star's death builds the framework for this energy. A collision in a binary star system strengthens its form. A wave of meteorite bombardment covers it with an outer shell. Finally, a faint fluctuation from cosmic strings sends it into orbit. After being incubated for hundreds of millions of years, it takes on the appearance of a young planet. This section of the game read to you by Shadow the Hedgehog. Maria. Oh look, a rock is floating to us. And then it goes away. Okay. Uh. Uh. The eye is upon us. The birth of the universe. Its flourishing growth, decline, and eventual collapse into an aether core to play in an endless loop. It's a cycle of perpetual renewal. Light and dust flicker as they float past. At first, it's impossible to tell whether I'm moving forward or backwards, ascending or descending. It's as if my consciousness is being swept along a river. It converges in the torrent until it falls into the vast ocean of the cosmos. At that moment, the flowing universe calms and reaches a complete standstill. It's the perfect time to wake up. Could the universe stop staring back at me? I'm feeling a little bit anxious and self-conscious. The restraints on my consciousness return bit by bit. Scattered thoughts are confused, fragmented memories are picked up and restored one by one. I remember who I am. I don't know with certainty that I haven't fallen into the universe because my body is about to collapse this time. Was that because of the space warp? Everything in my periphery is still, and the universe is frozen in this moment. The past, present, and future converge like countless rivers meeting at the same point. Time loses its meaning, and everything throughout eternity unfolds within my consciousness. Huh? In that moment, of a thought flashing, something establishes a connection with me. Hello, hello. Yes, we are trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. A hollow planet. I look toward it. When I see the dying planet whose energy has been depleted, everything begins to flow. Massive artificial satellites sweep across nearby orbits. At the same time, a bright speck of light rises from the planet. Without any hesitation, it plunges into the torrent of space-time. It looks familiar to me. That's a ring-shaped ship. It's Traceback 2. Interesting. We are now watching a flashback of them traveling through space. Converging pasts. I know it's Lad's Day, Jake, but did you play Slay the Spire 1? I did not. I heard good things about it, though. And I hear that Slay the Spire 2 is kind of kicking the ass of a certain big release right now. I see Traceback 2's starting point. The multiplayer on Slay the SOTS is amazing. Oh, I'm glad to hear, dude. Hell yeah. To starting point, but I also see every moment after it began its journey. Is Xavier in there? Hang on. I'm going back to this star to look at it, so I can make sure I put it on my wish list. Oh, that's right. It's a deck builder. I remember you telling me about it before. Gonna build that deck. Repeating his name in my heart, I fall towards that ring-shaped ship. It's as if I'm descending into the river of time where it exists. The rising bubbles transform into stars of various sizes and scatter, and the ship's outline rapidly becomes clear. The scars on the battleship hull that I had seen aren't there yet. The compartments that were broken in my memory are now bustling with life. This is what they looked like during their mission. The small spaceship's portholes frame several scenes of varying activity. On the cluttered workbench are equipment of various sizes, some familiar and some not. They sit in piles. I've seen traces of them at Jeremiah's place. Two sisters who look alike are polishing their comrades' badges, the gleaming metal sparkling brilliantly in their hands. 5 or 6 people wearing the same uniform gather in the center. They're animatedly discussing something while looking at several holographic star charts with overlapping galaxies. In the distance, regularly blinking panels and instruments display run smoothly, their faint light occasionally illuminating a distant figure. Their uniforms. I feel like a war one myself. I watch the backtrackers from another space-time as if they're a part of a vivid, lifelike silent film. Most of them are people I never met before, so why do I feel a sense of familiarity? The crowd among the holographic charts is suddenly agitated. I suppress my quickened heartbeat and move closer to the porthole. I can make out certain faces among them. Jeremiah. In the center are 2 figures. One of them seems to be Jeremiah. Why does he look like he just got into a fight? After some effort, I finally recognize the person across from him, the one covering most of his face. He fought with Isaiah. Is that famous Run Boy Vtuber Jake Dayseeker? I don't know about famous. I don't know about all that. But how you doing, Tito? Boom. What about Xavier? What about Xavier? I don't see him anywhere. As if in an omniscient dream, my consciousness guides me as I float along the exterior of Traceback 2. Good, been working on your Space Marines? Nice. Hope that was good. Hope you had a good time with that. In the farthest window, I finally see a familiar figure. Oh, look at him. This is a cool outfit for Mr. Zever. The distance between the portholes is so great that he appears to be alone from the outside. He is away from the crowd located at the other end of the spaceship. But that doesn't make him seem lonely. He's watching the commotion, and everyone is held within his gaze. Also, Diablo 4 next week, my body is ready. Oh, yeah. Yeah. As soon as I saw the Butcher mechanic that's coming up in the next season, I'm like, yeah, Tito's coming back to the game. No shot. Tito's gonna be back. And the Doomslayer cosmetic. I know, all our wallets are in danger. It's just, your wallet is in danger now. Good luck. Their relationships were really good back then. What happened? The gaze that transcends time and space is like dark matter. Even when it intrudes upon the world within the portholes, no one should notice it. But that figure wearing light-colored clothing suddenly gets up and walks towards the window. Xavier! My racing heart is seemingly blown. Hey, Sevy! Ding against my eardrums as he moved. Game, what are you doing? As he moved closer, I unconsciously shifted the porthole as well. Yeah, enjoy your lurk, Tito. Sevy, how you doing, my dude? Okay, Moo player seems to be having a minute here. Glad it's the weekend? Yeah, me too. I'm so glad. I almost kind of wish I'd gotten to work from home today just because I didn't feel like driving to work today, but, you know. Unfortunately, the weather lied to me. So I'm hoping it's lying to me about whatever we got coming up this weekend too. Because I saw another thing about upcoming storms and stuff like that. Ooh, warming over the next 4 days. I'll take that. I don't know what my current form is. I only want to press my hand against his palms as it rests on the other side of the window. She just wants to touch his hand. In that moment, those eyes that have already seen everything look out. His peaceful gaze is endless. I don't know if my figure is reflecting in his eyes, or maybe countless stars in deep space cover his vision. Space shakes violently. My consciousness grows hazy, and I only feel myself being pulled backwards. I fall onto something soft. This is a seat? A vehicle compartment! She's back from the hallucination, guys! Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. The spacecraft overlaps with the Philo delivery truck that's filled with flowers. My palm touches the window. It's not a porthole. It's the window of a truck. Everything instantly becomes real. Has the cosmic consciousness convergence ended? Say that 3 times fast. As if confirming my thoughts, the compartment keeps shaking. My consciousness withdraws from the emptiness of space at an increasingly fast pace. I can't talk tonight. I can't help but feel a surge of urgency. I look towards my periphery. I want to see what lies at the end of the current where Traceback 2 is located. I didn't think I'd see a destroyed planet there. It's Earth! A certain voice rings out in my consciousness. That is Traceback 2's destination. And it's what will become of the current Lincoln in the near future. Oh, so we're just headed straight for the Doom timeline. Damn. Straight for the Doom timeline. No takes backsies. In the backtracking torrent, the Earth's core flows with light once again. It continuously swallows the energy that had escaped. The tectonic plates that had already disintegrated are being pulled in towards the opposite direction. The planet's condition is being reversed. Among all this, a streak of silver light rushes towards the massive vortex formed by dust, meteorites, and planetary debris. At last, it's buried deep within the reformed planet. How could this have happened? Didn't Traceback 2 reach Earth? Panic grips my heart. My gaze moves away, and Traceback 2 travels quietly through deep space. I see Xavier turn, and the cosmic fluctuation detector behind him receives a new signal. It's impossible to know what he saw. All worries sink into the sea of consciousness, and lucidity once again distances itself from me. Freaking verbose girl. I, above the familiar Earth, saw myself. The me on Earth is looking through the truck compartment's barrier to gaze at the void above. Meanwhile, the me in the air is rapidly falling. I see the image of myself reflected in my eyes. The familiar giant eye that once devoured me. Once the observer's vision leaves the cosmos, the changes don't stop. The space-time current that Traceback 2 is traveling on, along with the countless other currents whose origins can't be seen, has arrived at the same turning point. This is a turning point outside the natural order, thus their direction is changed. A predetermined future shatters. As narrated by Solid Snake, I was going for Shadow the Hedgehog, but it didn't work the same. The air twists, a rift appears, and it spits out a small truck. A barrier opens just in time, and it catches the vehicle a half a second before it lands, which prevents everything and everyone from being smashed into pieces.
Great. It was a safe landing. Whoa. Our spaceship?
The place we landed is at. The place we landed at is none other than the depths of the no-hunt zone number 42. We're next to Traceback 2. The hazy sounds of amazement intensify my dizziness. I blink, and the first thing I feel is the hand I'm gripping for some reason. Hand holding. Xavier tightly held both my hands this whole time.
Can you hear me? Do you feel dizzy or nauseous?
I think I'm feeling just a little bit of both. Xavier.
Yeah, it's me.
When what I'm leaning against changes from a truck door into something warmer and softer. Then the door opens and the scent of the forest rushes in. For 1 whole minute, I'm reacquainted with myself and let Xavier come back into focus. It feels like a lifetime ago. Still slightly overlapping with those images, he approaches me. Warm fingers gently brush against the area near my eyes. The evening breeze stirs. The slight coolness on my moistened face is exposed. Xavier looks surprised. The other two figures, who are more blurry, stop in front of the truck. They don't approach.
I blame you for this. Your driving skills are just as terrible as your swordsmanship.
Well,
The faint sound of conversations are far away, but Xavier is very quiet. The quieter it gets, the more disoriented I feel. Unsure of what to do next, I move my fingers and subconsciously loosen my grip. But nothing happens. The hand I'm holding onto is unwilling to cooperate. He has no way of knowing that I somehow missed making eye contact with him across the cosmos. But he's holding me tightly. My heart, deafened by overwhelming chaos, can finally hear the call of consciousness again. I shudder and hold him back with a firm grip.
Before the space warp happened, your evil was out of control. Do you remember?
A little. The ether core's energy must have surged.
You weren't in the best shape. If I hadn't held on to you...
Oh, she could have literally girly popped. He pauses, then he gently pats my head to replace those unsaid words.
You are not hurt or anything?
I feel much better. I'm just a little tired. No, I'm very, very tired.
Weightlessness, dizziness, sensory integration issues, partial memory loss, all of them are possible, but they're only temporary. I should have told you some tips for adapting to interstellar warps beforehand. They might have helped. I know. We'll make Soren pay for this, too.
Add another one to the Soren list. I agree. In the end, I'm so exhausted that I lose the ability to think. Before falling asleep, the last thing I remember is me leaning against Xavier's shoulder. I listen to his slow breathing. That reality that I had retrieved, it makes me want to cry. It makes me sad. Come on, Game Moo. Moo player is just having a time tonight. Oh, God. I'm just waiting. Waiting. I think it's crashed. Whoa. Game. Yeah, I think game's crashed. Heck. Okay. Hang on. R.I.P. Yeah, I think Moo Players just had it for the night. We'll see. I'll see about trying to get it back up. I don't know, man. I'm also like halfway to falling asleep myself. To be quite honest. Maybe that's Moo Players' way of telling me, like, hey, Jake, dude, you've been up since 3. It might be time for you to get some sleep. I didn't even take a nap this afternoon. I usually take those on Friday, but I wanted to get some like gym time in. And then I had like something to work on before stream started, so that is why I am napless today. Okay, full screen. There we go. Alright. Look not at my Godzilla battle line, for it is none of your business. Alright, come on, Moo. We can do this. We can do this. I believe in you. Yes, praise Godzilla.
Waiting for nighttime or waiting for you? It's all the same to me.
Alright, let's see if that actually saved my progress here. Okay, traces of betrayal. Let's see if this will actually work. Oh, okay. Let's finish it up with this one. Just because Moo Players having a time tonight. The heaviness of my heartbeat pounds against my chest as I struggle to tear away the haze before my eyes. Oh, squeezy. Seemingly enlarged, Xavier's face sways in my vision. I want to reach out and touch him, but I can only uncurl my fingers. We want to give him the little head peps. Aw. Xavier notices this and leans down. He playfully nuzzles my hand with the tip of his nose.
Did you sleep well? How are you feeling?
He's so close. Even simple words have the power to make me happy. Xavier isn't separated by the torrential space-time beyond my reach. How long was I out?
Less than 6 hours. The recovery chamber's data says your evil has stabilized. Once your fatigue fades, you should be okay.
He supports my shoulders and helps me sit up.
The people trying to intercept us are probably still investigating the tunnel. The commotion we created should be enough to delay them for a while. Jeremiah is fixing his truck. He says he wants to shorten the miniature warp distance so it can be used for flower delivery across city blocks.
Forward thinking, Jeremiah.
So there's no need to worry. You can focus on resting until dawn.
Yay, I'm gonna go pass back out.
Stay away from.
Right now, I'm lying in Traceback 2's recovery chamber. Xavier is by my side while Jeremiah and Isaiah are outside. Meld freaked out for a hot second there. Urgently at where were they exactly? Did something unexpected happen before you arrived? The unexpected question causes Xavier's expression to falter slightly, and his hand on my shoulder tightens in response.
What did you figure out?
I forced myself to raise my arm and grab Xavier's fingers. I saw that you were supposed to arrive at an Earth as it stood on the threshold of destruction. But you're all alive, and Earth is fine. Was I seeing things? As I ramble, the surprise in Xavier's eyes gradually fades. He squeezes my fingers as he continues questioning me.
What else did you see?
All the backtrackers, Jeremiah and Isaiah, were fighting, and then there was somebody who reminded me of Soren. I also spotted people I'd never seen before.
What about me?
He turns and sits down. With a more serious expression, he lowers his gaze. I asked you about an important matter.
I also asked you about an important matter. You saw all of them. So what about me?
I understand, of course, that this general questioning is his unique way of reassuring me. Fortunately, he really is safe and sound. I pull myself out of that overwhelming panic, squeeze his fingers, and clear my throat. I saw you, but it seemed like you didn't fit in. It took me a while to find you. Why were you by yourself near the control panel? Were you too intimidating? Everyone was too scared to hang out with you.
It should have been my turn to be on duty. Otherwise, I would have stepped in when Isaiah and Jeremiah were fighting.
You'd break up their spat?
I'd remind them that comrades who fight get punished. So if they were going to brawl, they might as well make it count. Otherwise, it wouldn't be worth it.
You're devious, Xavier. No wonder you stayed so far away. You enjoyed the show.
Aside from their fight and typical tomfoolery, did you see anything else? It sounds like the backtrackers are a disorganized group of misfits.
You know how no one sees you work hard, but you get caught when you slack off? It's a universal law. Besides, I didn't bother to look at anyone else once I found you. Xavier tilts his head slightly, as if his curiosity has been satisfied. He finally seems willing to answer my original question.
During our backtracking, I received cosmic fluctuations. The source of their transmission was unknown.
Was it like the signal from deep space that we received in 2034? Xavier freezes for a moment. Then his expression suddenly softens, his smile carrying a profound meaning that's difficult to read.
Maybe. Although their source couldn't be traced, they weren't difficult to decode. I'm very familiar with the encryption method. They sent coordinates that were similar but different from the ones we originally had. At the time, I wasn't sure what that meant. For certain reasons, we decided to change coordinates at the last minute. The landing time ended up being a bit more off than expected.
How much?
A little over 200 years.
Ooh, 200 years. My eyes widen as I stare at his face. I blink once, then twice. I thought I understood you enough already, but I never expected.
It wasn't that big a deal. 200 years is just a small ripple in the endless river of time.
Ooh. What happened after that? What were you supposed to do once you landed on an unfamiliar planet in the wrong time period?
I should clarify something first. Whether it's a journey with time travel or a displacement of 200 years, both are already in the past. You don't need to worry about the hardships we've already endured.
I look at the silent damage traced back to. Its voyage crossed the barriers of time and space and carried grand, heavy ideals. The backtrackers who escaped fate's crash once greatly cherished it. What made them have the resolve to leave it behind? For someone who's eager to change something, 200 years would feel like a long time. Xavier doesn't comment on that. Instead, he holds my hand and stands up.
Are you feeling better? I want to take you somewhere.
Hang on. Scroll time. The deep, inky darkness is diluted, even though the horizon hasn't broken free from the merged silhouettes of distant mountains and dense forests. At least the night isn't as dark anymore. Xavier brings me to the back of the spaceship. Scars cover the hull, and tangled, exposed cables hang in like sinew. He pushes the vines aside and opens the small hatch door hidden underneath. There's an internal network composed of chips.
This is Traceback 2's energy transmission system module. What you're seeing makes up roughly 3/1000ths of the entire system. If there isn't enough energy to power it, the spaceship will lose propulsion. Over those 200 years, repairing the spaceship became everyone's primary concern when we realized that achieving our goal would require careful, long-term planning.
He takes my hand and places it on the delicate panel.
Use your Evo to sense it.
Ooh. Resonate. The transmission system suddenly turns on. It rapidly consumes my energy, but the process of converting kinetic energy as well as the transmission isn't smooth. It's like a pipeline with too many breaks. The loss during the transmission is very high. Is it because of the damage?
It's the opposite.
His large hand covers mine, and the calluses from wielding a sword brush against my skin. Excuse me. They carry the solemnity of two people drawing a blade together. Xavier lowers his gaze and silently releases his evol. I immediately follow suit. Following his guidance, I detect traces that I couldn't find before. I sense several classes of evol, but the residual energy is already very faint. These are...
It's the power of other backtrackers. This part of the transmission system has the least amount of damage. At the time, we decided to prioritize repairing it. What you're seeing is the result of that.
Huh. A warmth flows into my heart along with his explanation. I gently touch the transmission system with newfound reverence and try to expand my detection range. It works. Now that it's several square meters wide, the evols I can sense become more numerous. Some are intense, others are gentle. Each seemingly has a different personality, just like their owners.
033034 in Section G is almost fully repaired. The next phase, if we continue to supply our all that awaits us is failure.
Can we try again, please? Hey, leaving too?
This doesn't involve just one person. The spaceship, it affects everyone. Your orders, I won't accept.
Those moments in time have been preserved by the transmission system as energy. They appear as hollow pieces of amber in places where the light illuminates them. The backtrackers once gathered here to repair the massive Traceback 2, and it was this place where they left traces of them parting ways.
They fought one day. Afterward, half of the people who had been repairing the ship gave up.
Oh.
Later on, several more among that group left. Fewer people stayed behind. And after a very, very long time, it became what you see now.
Fragments of light drift like dust from the vines he brushes aside. As the night winds rises, they scatter and land on the grass. Faint light pours down from behind us. Our shadows are cast on the damaged surface of Traceback 2. They bring an energy fluctuation. Sensing something, I turn around and look toward the east. The morning sunlight rips open a line along the distant horizon, and the towering structure in that area casts long shadows. Once our eyes adjust to the light, we realize it's a magnificent giant sword standing upright. It's as if it cleaved heaven and earth. Hey, wait a minute. Isn't that giant sword supposed to be in WoW? The holy sword of the goddess. All right, all right. I think that's a good cliffhanger to leave it on, because not only am I experiencing a great amount of EP, but my throat is also getting a little bit sore, so I think it's a good place to stop it. Do appreciate. Oh, okay. I was like, music, did you break too? All right. Appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. Yep. I will get some rest, get some eep. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. I don't know what I'm playing tomorrow. I did not get the schedule out like I planned to this week, but this upcoming week, definitely. So I will let you guys know in the Discord. Did someone say Thunder Fury Blessed Blade of the Windseeker? I considered playing WoW Retail tomorrow, because I do got some catching up to do. But yeah, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. You mentioned swords, and wow, I had to. Well, at least I remembered the sword, sooner than Blizzard remembered the giant sword that was stuck in the ground for who knows how long. uh, we'll never run out of jokes for Blizzard. I'll tell you that much. All right, and let's see, who do we want to raid into tonight? Who do we want to throw ourselves at? Wait, you know what? I'm going to throw you guys at somebody we haven't rated before, but he's also somebody who has hung around the streams plenty of times. So I think you guys will enjoy hanging with him. HK, one of our peeps, is actually playing a lot of Path of Exile today. So if you guys want to check out that game and see what it's all about, especially see him playing a pretty nuts build, I caught a little bit of it earlier. Please go say hi to us. Well, goddamn. Go. This is why I gotta go, Badge. I can't even talk anymore. I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. You guys have a good night. And obviously, say hi to HK for me. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later.